Ronaldo has decided not to take part in the FIFA vote. According to Azernews, Cristiano Ronaldo, a Portuguese striker for Al Nassr, declined to take part in the International Football Federation's voting for the greatest player of the year. His role as captain of the Portuguese national team was to participate in the survey, according to the organization's website. However, Pepe was assigned that responsibility instead. Bernard Silva took first position, Erling Haaland second, and Victor Osimhen third, according to the Porto player. Notably, he passed on Argentine striker Lionel Messi, who plays for American club Inter Miami, even though he ended up being the winning player. Messi, on the other hand, skipped out on the awards event, within the non-oil sector of Azerbaijan's economy. The renewable energy industry has contributed to an increase in exports, which has caused a notable shift in the past few months. The revelation of 5 key Azerbaijani exports outside of the oil sector in November 2023 was a watershed moment. The most valuable export commodity is now electricity, with a $379.3 million surge from the same period in 2022. Producing oil and gas has always been more important to Azerbaijan than developing alternative energy sources. But now that it sees the importance of diversification and environmental sustainability, the country is beginning to use its substantial renewable energy resources. As a result of its significant dependence on thermal generation driven by adjacent natural gas reserves and its considerable offshore wind potential, Azerbaijan has shifted its policies to support a renewable energy revolution. Beyond that, decarbonization and renewable energy consumption have been domestic priorities for the nation. The establishment of the State Agency for Renewable Energy Sources in 2020 and the enactment of legislation such as the law on using renewable energy sources in electricity production reflect the government's dedication to building an eco-friendly and sustainable energy sector. Azerbaijan has also made measures, within the bounds of the law, to ease the transition away from fossil fuels and toward renewable energy. With the help of the World Bank and the International Finance Corporation, IFC, the country published its offshore wind roadmap in June 2022. The Dutch diplomatic community has been actively involved in developing the roadmap, which details plans to utilize offshore wind potential. Also, to simplify the use of renewable energy and attract foreign investment, Azerbaijan enacted laws in 2021 such as the Law on Utilization of Renewable Sources in Electricity Production and the Law on Efficient Use of Energy Resources. In addition, a number of studies are underway to evaluate the possibilities of generating electricity from renewable sources and to identify the steps and approaches that need be implemented to make the most of these possibilities. An ongoing procedure is utilizing an auction to fund the acquisition of well-selected and highly promising renewable energy sources. The support for holding renewable energy auctions project in Azerbaijan is currently underway with the help of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD. The following documents will be part of the project: the Electricity Purchase and Sale Agreement, the Regulations Controlling Auctions, the Qualifications Document, and the Request for Bids Document. In order to put these goals into action, Azerbaijan is actively seeking renewable energy collaborations on a global scale. Georgia, Azerbaijan, Romania, and Hungary have signed an agreement to establish a high-voltage underwater electrical cable beneath the Black Sea in order to promote the green energy corridor throughout the area. This power project will involve the installation of the longest underwater power line in history, connecting the electrical networks of these states with mainland Europe. Through it, the South Caucasus and Southeastern Europe will be linked. To encourage private investment in renewable energy sources, the government has passed legislation and instituted incentives that are seen as supportive. The signing of many agreements by Azerbaijan, including partnerships with China and the UAE, demonstrated the country's dedication to expanding its use of renewable energy sources. Offshore wind resource exploration and solar and wind power installations are just two examples of the many projects covered by these agreements. China Gezhuba Group oversees investment, and Azerbaijan's Ministry of Energy inked in Mao on June 1, 2023, to develop 2 gigawatts of renewable energy projects in Azerbaijan. Collaboratively assessing the potential of investments in Azerbaijani large-scale solar, wind, energy storage, integrated smart energy system, and green hydrogen production projects is called for in the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. The document also details the project's environmental impact study, network connectivity inquiry, geological and topographical investigations, and the company's plans to carry them out. In addition, multiple agreements have been reached between Azerbaijan and the UAE. These include a Memorandum of Understanding regarding investment cooperation on electricity transmission projects, a framework agreement on strategic collaboration to further strengthen Azerbaijan's capacities for renewable and clean energy and enable green energy export operations, a calendar of actions, roadmap, for the construction of onshore solar and wind power plants with a capacity of 1 gigawatt, and a strategic partnership agreement between SOCAR and ADNOC. A framework for joint energy investment projects, including electricity transmission, network expansion, and knowledge sharing, is to be established in accordance with the terms of the MOU. Rooftop solar projects, green hydrogen, synthetic methane, sustainable aviation fuel production, exporting green energy, and 2 gigawatts of onshore wind and 2 gigawatts of solar power are just a few of the new areas covered in the Strategic Cooperation Document, which also includes 6 gigawatts of offshore wind power. The calendar of actions, roadmap, for the construction of 1 gigawatt of solar and wind onshore projects to be installed in Azerbaijan reflects the execution plans for the 2 solar and 1 wind energy projects slated for 2024-2027. By 2030, Azerbaijan aspires to have 30% of its electrical producing capacity derived from renewable sources. Thanks to legislative improvements and international collaboration in the field of renewable energy, the country's renewable energy resources, which include 135 gigawatts of onshore and 157 gigawatts of offshore, offer great economic potential. Azerbaijan has the potential to become a global leader in renewable energy thanks to its abundance of wind, solar, bioenergy, and mountain river resources. The country's focus on using its renewable energy resources not only promotes environmental sustainability, but also opens up new economic opportunities and strengthens its position in the global energy market. Azerbaijan seems to be well positioned for future success as it shifts to a cleaner, more diverse energy portfolio, thanks to its strong relationships and continuing roadmap implementation.